You are passionate about your mission, but as a nonprofit executives, you are spending way too much time chasing the funds and not impacting. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Does the endless cycle of conferences, grant proposals, and underwhelming fundraisers sound all too familiar? Imagine spending months preparing for exciting annual fundraiser only to find out that donations barely cover the expenses. Where is the joy in that? If that resonates with you, you're not alone. Almost every non-profit executives have been there. So let's face it, traditional fundraising methods can be exhausting and can be sometimes even unfruitful. They, the never-ending chase for fun takes away the energy from the mission you just started altogether and you're passionate about. You are left wondering, where is the fun and fulfillment go? But what if I told you there is a better way to create or really get engaged with the funders so that they can come to you instead of you chasing them? Stick around as we will unveil the secret sauce used by successful nonprofits like Talent Beyond Boundaries, ASME, EnCorps, Double Delta, many of Sopact's partners, endless essentially. And we will also share some of the visionaries who have long history of being a data-driven approaches have really paid off in spaces like people with disability. And now become a leader where funders like Mackenzie Scott would love to associate with them. So many of them have raised multi-million dollars grants. Most importantly, they don't even chase the funders. Funders reach out to them as they are known to create impact. And funders love associating with the leaders like them. But did they achieve those success overnight? No. They had one thing in common. They always had well-defined strategy, data-driven approach, and sharing the knowledge outside. Some were also in early stage and some were in advanced. But they grew, but they did not really chase the funders as they grew. Initially, it may be necessary. While the donors and consultants talk about various strategies, from grants and corporate donations and individual contributions, one strategy that stands out as a game changer that is called impact driven growth. What is impact driven growth? Well, it's a success that you achieve based on evidence based storytelling and knowledge that you share so that others can discover you and not necessarily you chase them. It's like inbound marketing, but it's more like something that people are aware already because you are the one who are unique in the space. Most funders are discoverers. They want to see a tangible impact before they invest. The secret is to build a compelling brand that let funders like Mackenzie Scott and Melinda Gates know your impact and they can invite you to collaborate. Nonprofits raising millions have one thing in common. This is which is called evidence-based storytelling. But it's not just any other story. It's a story that backed up by data, evidence, change, and most importantly, what is your differentiator? If you don't differentiate, let's say you are a STEM program and working in a underprivileged community in LA, but there are 10 other organizations doing the same thing. So you have to have a differentiator that really speaks core metrics that differentiate unique value that you provide. When funders ask, what's your impact? Your answer should be irrefutable. And so, but there is a one, just one, this is not just any story. It's a story that backed up by data. Many nonprofits trip here because they present activities and anecdotal evidence. And they need to stop doing that. Instead, when the funders ask, you need to be sharing unbiased feedback from the stakeholders and outcome that you have created as a result of your program. Funders want to hear the evidence to change large enough sample, not just a few selected ones, and so that it's believable and not your social media views and mill served and student trained. Otherwise, you are not differentiating yourself. Get it? So no vanity metrics, no activity metrics, nor any output metrics are good for storytelling. So this is a video series. We will break down actionable steps for you so that you can help focus on the showcasing your impact effectively. So we will be talking about different topics in this one. This essentially all we need is your commitment to measure impact and in a compelling focus on a compelling nonprofit based fundraising approach for through storytelling. So topics that we will include are design a stakeholder survey that tells story and impact effectively. That's the most important thing, by the way, that if you don't ask the right question, you're going to get garbage in, garbage out. Collect unbiased data. Ask from stakeholder perspective and not what you as an organization want to know. So how do you collect that? Gather the data from the large enough sample and high response rates. You talk about topics like qualitative and quantitative. Sometimes people call mixed methods, sometimes called open-ended and closed-ended thing. Fundamentally asking smart but very few lean questions so that you can merge your stories with statistics and compelling narratives. It's not like you need to ask many questions. It's really very few but very effective questions. And ultimately, pre and post type of questions, for example, can also demonstrate change that you are creating over time. And that is useful some of the high touch programs altogether. Power of storytelling through Sopact Sense is very important. Once you have all the data, you need really AI and automation based approach, which can reduce your months of analytical time into minutes and get you 30 times, 40 times more accuracy and better insights into what stakeholders are saying without really scratching the surface. So what I request you to do is if you are ready to start this journey, subscribe to this particular channel, Sopact. We will bring amazing and in-depth storytellings and actionable ideas to transform your fundraising approach. And don't forget to comment below with your mission and fundraising challenges. And we are also shared some of the resources for grant and other things for making evidence driven. So check out the comment sections and start your journey. And we would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And remember, success is just a story away. Thank you.